First down, dogs.
It's going to be interesting to see if we get through this because I can't print my notes. So I gotta go phone.
Well, you don't know what I just had.
What?
I just had some hillbilly mouthwash. I just had my first menthol cigarette in like probably 11 years.
What? From who?
Guy.
Oh, guy's a fucking Newport guy?
I didn't know it. No, it's Marlboro.
Marlboro Menthols?
Marlboro menthols.
Wow. Interesting.
Ugh. Gives you the disguise of toothpaste. It's disgusting.
Let me get a pack of new pouts.
It's the worst cigarette possible. Whoever likes menthols don't like cigarettes.
What about Camel no filters?
No, nobody smokes those anymore. Nobody smokes no filters.
Nobody under the age of 75. All right.
It's where all the chemicals are. You need it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Doing this from my phone.
Yeah, it's weird.
I know. It's also weird because my focus of bedtime sets in at about 8 o'clock.
That's small print, too.
What do you mean? I can't change the size of the print.
Oh, my God. Why can't you print?
I don't know. I've had a problem printing all day. Not worried about it. We're here. We're queer. And we're ready to talk about football. Keep that in. All right. So here's the setup. Intro, recapping of the bet, the two games, and then just a little preview of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
You have any notes?
Yeah.
Did you know we were doing this?
No.
All right.
I didn't think you were going to go through with it. I thought you were going to disappear tonight and just go home.
Probably should have.
Iowa State's down by 12.
All right, shut up. See, now you just ruined my mood. Why would you say that?
Because I'm pissed,
Jesus,
too.
it's like telling this guy that his jiu-jitsu class is going on an hour before he's going to sing his latest rock ballad. All right, here we go. All right, West Industry Athletics.
First down, dogs.
We're going to need a lot of help in this episode. There's nobody to look at over there.
I know. We got to look at each other. With
Nobody to turn to.
Our crick necks.
Nobody to turn to for stats. So
I miss him.
This is the no stats episode.
Oh, man. I wonder if he's going to be mad. You think he's going to be mad?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
That's all right, though. It's a mini episode, Kurt, Money, and Johnny Parlay style.
Yeah, we kicked Tripp out. He was winning too much in the playoffs.
You know what I was thinking about? Is didn't we do an episode by ourselves?
I don't think we... Oh, we did, because he was on the phone.
Just when he couldn't get a babysitter.
Yeah, he was on the phone for a little bit.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
This season really makes you age.
Oh, shit.
I was looking at the old videos, putting some stuff together. I looked much better week 2, 3.
Well, it's summertime, too. I think there's something to that.
That's true. It is like August,
Got a little
September.
bronze in your pigment, you know?
Sun doesn't set at 3:30.
Yeah, exactly. You don't look like one of the fucking members of Twilight. Which is what I feel like right now. So we're missing Tripp. I think he's at Rayo's tonight. Right? I think he might be getting made. This might be the night.
This could be the night that they give him.
So he's talking about his Italian bosses. Is he in the mob?
Is he Italian or he's straight up Irish?
He's fucking Irish.
Irish straight up, right?
Yeah. He's more Irish than my white asshole is.
Holy shit.
Yo, he's the most Irish person I've ever met in my life.
Does he talk about spinach pies and stuff?
Spinach pie. I think that's Greek.
That's straight up Irish.
Spinach pie.
Oh, not spinach pie. Chicken pot pie. Whatever that pie is. Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie.
I'm also pretty sure that is Irish. But I think it's English also.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're almost doing the show by yourself.
Yeah, seems like it. You want to step out?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, he's always talking about his Italian bosses. But the thing is if you're Irish, you can't get made.
No, you can only be like a setup guy.
I learned that in Goodfellas.
Or Shylock.
Which is crazy because Robert De Niro, who's the quintessential Italian guy, in Goodfellas, he's Irish.
He's Irish, absolutely.
So that might be a trip. He might be going down that path.
What was Henry? Was he Irish or Italian? He was Italian, right?
I think he was. No, I think he was Irish too.
Was he Irish too? Because I
Henry
remember
Hill?
him on the Stern Show, and he was a disaster.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
So Tripp can't get made.
Tripp can't get made, but he's at Rio's.
Rayo's.
Rayo's.
Can't get a seat
with
there.
the
You gotta
4
know,
tables.
Gotta know somebody.
Womack lived 4 buildings down from that.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Never went there, but
Of course he didn't. He was too busy spending time at CBGB's. So it's just us this week. Mini episode, which already feels like it might go on longer than any other episode.
I mean, it was a spur of the moment type thing. You were like, "Oh, should we do it?" I was like, "I would."
You sure we're recording?
No, yeah. Who's gonna watch the video anyway?
Yeah, good point. And we're also recording the audio, thank God.
Thank God, so you could all hear.
So next week, you're going to get all of us back, plus Katie, Super Bowl.
Wonder what we're gonna talk about.
I know. It's going to be tough. But
Send in suggestions.
No, I got some ideas. We'll be all right. We'll get through. We'll somehow make an hour and a half.
It'll be good. It's going to be a good game.
But tonight's just you and I. Super intimate.
It is intimate.
After this, we're going to make
soon I'll
passionate
put my arm around you like this.
I was going to say, after this, we're going to make passionate love to each other because there's no one else here but you and I. This guy's had a 12-pack of Take 5 seltzer.
I'm going to do the yawn.
I've had like 3 9% IPAs,
Did.
but 19.2%.
You're crazy.
Yeah, whatever.
You should try one of the triple dogs. He still hasn't. He still hasn't drank one of my Christmas presents yet.
And I'm throwing a curveball because I can't get the printer to work, so I got to work off the phone here, which is very interesting. And I'm down to about 5% battery. So.
Small print. And
It's gonna
a
be
lot
difficult.
of notes. It's a lot of notes.
But listen, see that section right there? It says intro. Got through the whole thing with all of my notes and jokes.
Nice. All right.
Killed it.
Irish.
So the bet recap. It was a great weekend of football, but not a fucking great weekend for this crew. Although, I think it was recency bias. Like the first game, everybody felt very bad about.
Yes.
And then we kind of redeemed ourselves.
Yeah, I think everybody. I think you three nailed the San Francisco LA
I didn't
game.
pick San Francisco.
I know, but everybody knew it was going to be a 3-point game. You just couldn't go with with San Francisco. But you guys all talked about the under. You kind of nailed the late game.
They got in my head, though, for that game. Like, starting on Saturday night, I started listening to podcasts, like random ones, and everybody was picking the Niners, putting all these stats in my head about the Niners, and I was like,
it's easy to
I
go
changed
for
my bet.
It's easy to go for the underdog. It really is. You just ride the wave. But San Francisco is terrible.
Crazy stat here, only one win from this entire crew last week. One win.
Worst stat of the year, I think. Gotta
1
be,
and
right?
7.
I'm embarrassed.
Trip gets the one win. You and I both go 0-2. You're having a tough fucking
I'm having a tough playoff. I'm having a tough playoff. Now we all realize why I wanted to keep the other records separate, right?
Sal Mara no longer is reaching out directly to you for picks.
No.
Both of you guys.
He hates me now, even though he won $1 billion on Tampa Bay.
No, he needed the Packers. He's broke.
He's broke.
His wedding's off.
Did you ever see the wages on that thing? It was like $33,342.48. It's like, come on.
This is whatever's left.
Whatever's left.
I was all in a few times this weekend. But
You did it again?
Yeah.
Did you really do it? Because you texted that you were going to do it.
Sunday, right? So before I went to Island Cava to see him and the rest of the fucking crew of degenerates over there, I was snowshoeing with my wife.
Snowshoeing?
Yeah, she's a photographer, so she does a little bit of snowshoeing. But me, I just wear my regular boots.
Is that the net on
and
your
just
shoe?
sink into the bottom.
Is that your net on the shoe?
So you could walk on top of the snow. But we only have one pair, so she walks on top of the snow, and I just fucking trudge through it.
It's like Spies
breathing
Like Us.
heavy. It's like an Apple Watch episode. Like my Apple Watch is like alerting authorities. Like this guy's
John Kelly is somewhere that he shouldn't be.
Have you seen those new ones?
Yes, I have.
Like this guy's.
I heard Bill Burr talk about it too. He was like, nobody is going to ever call their Apple Watch.
Like this
Music
guy's.
tonight brought to us by Danger Room.
Nice, perfect. Tony's fucking banging some random broad back there.
Holy God.
So it was but anyway, before we got out of the car, we're at Hexer State Park. Beautiful, snowy. You got the Robin Moses Bridge right there. Just a great scene for Sunday football. Like 45 minutes before the game's about to start. I'm about to go take photography lessons.
At least you'd be hungry though afterwards.
And but they don't serve any food at Island Cava, so there's a problem. So I got $6.71 in my FanDuel account.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you went down that much.
No, I wasn't down. It was
No,
just
no,
all
I know
in there.
you were all in. You were
Yeah.
all in betting. I don't know. I'm like holding on to the free money that's already mine now, and I'm just like, all right, let's still bet conservatively. Let's be conservative. But before I know it, I'm running out of games.
What do you do? It's $6.71. This is what you do. First touchdown score in the game that's coming up.
Definitely.
So I did two $2 ones and a $2.07. I had a weird feeling that Mahomes was going to like run for a touchdown on the first one. So
He didn't though, right?
No, he didn't.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's right. He
Tyreek
sailed the first one.
So I lost those anyway. But
Yeah.
but I still got some money for this weekend.
Do you know I get that feeling every week where since we were able to bet that any quarterback's going to score and any defense is going to score. Those are my two anytime touchdowns
But they're
that I go
fun.
to, and they are fun.
It's worth it when it does happen.
Of course.
It's worth it to lose every weekend for when it does happen, I think. Maybe not, though.
I can't wait to tally up next year. It's going to be great.
So Vegas cleans up on that first game. Feels like they saved their whole entire season. But, we got crushed. And Smitty just continues his absolute dominance as a fucking guest.
Yeah, his record's really bad now, right?
So he goes 0-2 this week, and he follows up on his 1-4 performance early in the season. Guy's 1-6.
Worst performance of the year.
1-6.
The guy's, wow.
Great guest.
Great guest.
Conversation. Hope you had a fun time in Vermont, but 1-6. But, if he was here this week, he'd say, like, I had all these, I had the Rams to win by 1-6.
Yeah, 1-6. I made money off of that one.
Yeah. So, but whatever, man. It doesn't matter.
He was the one that picked Cam Akers under, right?
Yes. So the postseason's going to come down to Tripp and I head-to-head for the Super Bowl. Winner takes all for the postseason.
What's the record right now? Do you have him?
I think we're tied. I don't have it
Okay.
off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure we're tied.
Yeah.
I know I was up by 1. He got 1 win, so I don't know.
What do you think we're going to do?
Pythagorean theorem somehow. You got to put that in play, and we're tied.
Are we going to be able to make 2 picks, or you think it's just keep it 1? You get to choose what one you want to do.
I don't know. You put me on the spot right now. I'm not sure.
I know. I'm just trying to talk it out with you. We're a week away.
Maybe it's
out.
1 pick and like one of your favorite props.
Okay.
But
we get to say a couple more props, right? Next week?
Yeah.
All
We'll do a bunch, but
All right,
maybe that's the official 1-1.
Yeah. I'm going to
The pick could either be the line, money line, over under, and then a prop.
And then your favorite prop.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm 0-6 on our site as well.
Yeah, you've been bad.
Playoffs are bad.
This dickhead's definitely going to take an over under because that's what's move.
Yeah, he's not picking by the spread. Not a chance.
All right, so getting into the games from last week, the first game we're going to start with is the Bengals and the Chiefs. The early game, much talked about. Cincinnati pulls this one out, wins 27-24 in overtime. The game's under the 54.5.
Yeah.
Much talked about 54.5.
Yes.
Close.
I think you guys were balls to the wall after the Bills-KC game. It was close, absolutely.
Funny thing is that I said to him at halftime, I was like, well, under's fucking gone. These guys.
Old jinx.
Then the fucking Chiefs forgot how to play football in the
The
second
old
half.
mush.
Different kind of Bengals team than most of us are used to.
Yeah.
Different kind of team.
It was a different kind of game, and I think it was mirroring a little bit of the beginning of the last time those two played, where KC got off to a big start. I'm just real excited that Cincinnati did not completely give up on that game.
Easily could have.
Yeah, I watched the whole first quarter, had to go out for the second quarter, met somebody on the road. Basketball practice.
Met somebody on the road? Like a hooker? Or
No, like coming out of practice, but in the parking lot, whatever. Like a hook. Yeah, this hooker waved me down and said, KC's killing them, 21-3.
Local parking ride?
No, we were just talking about how they were getting killed, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Came home, watched the second half. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Tale of two halves, though.
Oh, my God.
You know what it was? It was that drive at halftime. That was it. I was at Island Cava. I was like, I said to the guy next to me, I don't know if it was Meth Head Mike or Crackhead Bob, one of the two. They don't score. First of all, I missed the beginning of the game because I was snowshoeing. So I get there. I didn't realize who got the ball first. And then I said to them, I was like, who's getting the ball after the half? And they're like, oh, Chiefs getting the ball. I'm like, oh, man, this could be it right here.
Right, if they get in.
They score on that.
Yep.
And so they don't score, fuck up the time management, don't even get a field goal, and that was it.
I can't believe it.
It
I
was
love
crazy.
that Cincinnati stays with their field goal kicker, and they take points every time they need to take points.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They're young, they're hungry, and the Super Bowl bound.
I can't believe it.
And like you said, Evan McPherson, that's why you draft a kicker.
I mean, it's a pretty good story.
Imagine how the amount of shit that they got for taking him.
Oh, my God, yeah.
He's just been money.
But it's exactly, like, you can't write a better story than what he's been doing. He's 12 for 12 now, right?
Yeah.
In the playoffs. That's unbelievable.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
And he's not kicking them over like players' heads during like halftime, but we'll talk about that.
What is that?
He's going to get murdered.
It's all of them. There's a few of them that are doing that, though.
All I heard
saw
about
Gould. I
is
saw
Gould.
the Rams guy was doing it, too.
Listen,
Last week.
the first time he did it, they showed video.
Matt Gay.
No, he's not doing it.
Last week he did it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they not have time? Like, what's the situation where we're
Yeah, what are you
waiting
doing
for
before
this?
the game? It's not like no one's looking to talk to you before
Yeah,
the game.
but I mean Dallas. He was kind of far away for Dallas.
Yeah.
And then supposedly, I haven't seen video, but it was over the cheerleaders, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then the one they showed with L.A., dude, he almost hit somebody in the face with that thing. He was so close.
It's crazy.
It was unbelievable. It's going to be funny when they fight and the kicker runs away.
I want to see kickers fight each other.
Kickers can't fight.
That would be great.
They don't even.
The KC guy with the long hair.
I don't think anybody in the locker rooms talks to the kicker. And we're just talking about the kicker. Who talks to the punter?
Yeah, that's even
Seriously,
worse. You're lower on the totem pole.
Where's that guy sit on the plate?
I mean, he's fucking driving it, or he's a stewardess. That's about it.
It's crazy. That's
Oh man. So yeah, but the Bengals are racing 18-point deficit in the second quarter. Absolutely fucking crazy. It's hard to watch, but you see it happening.
Yeah.
These teams, like you feel great. They're up big. Everybody's like, oh, this one's over. It's all I heard is like, oh, this is over.
I said it.
And then it's just they change the way they play.
And what's great is KC won that toss for the overtime.
Yep.
And even, it was just great because I just heard everybody go, oh, they won again. That's why they're going to win. And what did the Bengals do? They got an interception. They stopped them. Same thing Buffalo could have done. And then they just drove the ball. KC could have stopped them too. They couldn't.
I mean, stop them. They picked off Mahomes.
I understand, but they still had a lot of yards to go.
Yeah.
And they drove. They kept on driving, man. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. I'm so glad it's not Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I had that in my Super Bowl thing where we were going to talk about that. But, what about the fact that, all three of us had teams? We picked different teams from that division.
Right.
Nobody even came close to the Bengals.
No.
What were they? I think they were plus 120.
I know you said they were only supposed to win 5 games or something like that.
It was
that was
7.
their over-under. Oh, was it really
Yeah, it
7?
was 7.
But everybody, all the analysis out there, before the season started said Burrow was not even close to ready.
What was everybody else in that division? Browns, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson
Not the Steelers.
disappears.
Not really the Steelers, though. Nobody was really high on them.
Well, I mean, you could say what you want, but they made the playoffs, and they were predicted to go to the playoffs.
That's true.
So they do what they have to do, man. My biggest worry is I think they go home with Mason Rudolph.
No, we're not talking
year.
about the fucking
I'm
Steelers
just saying
right now.
that, right? You don't want to talk about the Steelers?
So it's on to the
Only
Super
black
Bowl.
coach in the league.
Well, boy.
I did that for Trip.
So it's on to the Super Bowl for Joe Burrow and the Rams. Exciting. I mean Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Against the Rams. Super exciting. Another 3-point game here. It's crazy.
It's like 4. Oh, no. They won by a KC won by a touchdown.
But might as well, man.
Absolutely.
Might as well.
Absolutely might as well.
What a
That's I
couple of
think
weekends, though. Especially wild.
There's no Pro Bowl yet. Only Super Bowl. There's got to be some specials. Surprised.
Whatever.
I think you're a degenerate, though, if you gamble on the Pro Bowl.
Can't
do it.
I'm not even watching that shit.
No, I haven't watched that ever in my life.
Really? Not even it was after the season?
I mean, I probably put it on for a commercial break.
When the coaches used to wear the Hawaiian shirts and shit?
Yes, I do remember Hawaii all the time. It's not even in Hawaii anymore.
No?
I don't think so. I don't think it's been in Hawaii for a couple of years.
Makes sense.
I thought that's all Hawaii was used for.
What do you mean?
Pro Bowl. That's the only thing that happened in Hawaii.
It's paradise.
I used to root for the College of Hawaii football team because I couldn't believe that they would actually go to practice every day.
Well, next year you'll know about the College of Hawaii football team.
Why?
Because that's the team that everybody bets on to try to end their Saturday on a high note.
Yes.
Because they play at 12:30, 1 o'clock at night.
Yeah. And I used to watch them on TV and be like, wow, I'm rooting for Hawaii because they fucking play football and they live in Hawaii. Who wants to go to football practice?
I think oftentimes the take on those games for Vegas is huge. There's nothing going on at that time.
That's interesting.
And everybody's trying to save their Saturday.
It's almost like Japanese horse racing.
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that. All right, so 49ers, Rams. Matthew Stafford's going to the Super Bowl in his 13th year.
As well as he deserves it.
It's awesome storyline. Rams win this one 20-17. Fucking great game. Another great game.
Tripp was close with that one, too.
He was. That was the under that he won, right?
No, he wanted to pick the under.
He wanted to pick the under. You took the over.
I took the over like an idiot.
Stafford rallies his team down by double digits in the fourth quarter, beats the Niners, scores on 3 straight drives, and then a defensive stand to end it with a pick. Jimmy G. What the fuck kind of throw was that?
Jimmy G. He was trying to flip it. I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to flip it. You saw the flip.
Flipped it.
Think it was underhand. I don't know what it was. It was a whirlwind.
Wild. Stafford goes for 337 yards. Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver on the absolute planet right now. 11 for 142 and 2 touchdowns.
It's unbelievable.
Guys,
Could add 3.
Unbelievable. And then you got Odell Beckham. Much talked about Odell Beckham. He's becoming likable, I feel like.
You know what? I'm not going to agree with you on the likable thing.
I think
but
he's
I
likable.
am not as angry as I was. He's doing exactly what he needs to do.
He's doing it.
He's catching really good balls.
Found a home.
You know he's gone next year.
Found a place where he could blend in for a few games.
Yes.
You know?
And that's it. He will be gone in the offseason.
But the difference is they're getting him the ball. Like, I know why, like, you would say, I don't really like this guy. He talks a lot. Just give him the ball. He deserves to get the ball.
I was thinking about that while watching that first half. And maybe it wasn't Stafford's first look, but he was there for his second look. And he would throw it to him, and he'd get 10 yards.
But that's the difference, right? Like, I think that's the difference about quarterbacks. The difference between quarterbacks that are going to win the Super Bowl and quarterbacks who, like Baker Mayfield. These guys, let them make a play. I think Tripp talked about it one weekend. Like, if you believe in your wide receiver, just put it out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I think most great quarterbacks are made by the plays that and I saw that this year, not to bring up the Steelers again, but I saw that this year. When you throw it up as a quarterback, a lot of the times, Larry Fitzgerald, fucking DeAndre Hopkins, they're making an amazing catch to give you those yards and give you that touchdown. And you're right. I think that's what Stafford does, and I think that's what Burrow does as well. I mean, he throws it up. He trusts that Chase is going to be out there, Higgins is going to be out there, and they make the catch.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Not to say they're wild with it, but they're putting it in a spot where they know that they can go and get it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Sometimes they're a little long, so you know what I mean? They're rarely
calculated.
short. Yeah, it's super calculated. Something that Mayfield cannot do.
No.
Somebody like him cannot do. Garoppolo cannot do that.
Is Mayfield going to lose all his sponsors? That guy's got a lot of sponsors.
He's got a lot of sponsors. How about watching the Mahomes State Farm commercial after a loss? It's kind of weird when you watch it after a loss. It's like, oh my God. It's
fall from grace.
But he can't be mad.
Beckham catches 9 for 113. Great over on that prop. Loved it. And then Jimmy G, man. It's just poor guy.
It's
not gonna happen.
You guys gave me shit for saying Debo early in the year. It's Debo or nothing. That team. I mean, yes, obviously the defense, they were giving the ball to Debo like crazy. He's not going to last in this league taking those hits all the time.
No.
I really don't.
They were fucking hammering
him. My God. I mean, kickoff return.
Hammering him.
Everything. The guy does everything.
But, I mean, it was a game plan. They were murdering him when he got the ball.
Absolutely.
It was awesome.
And he was limping after the Green Bay game, so they had to.
Yeah.
The guy's a beast.
Debo gets a touchdown. Kittle gets a touchdown. I thought if Kittle got a touchdown, the Niners were going to win, and they almost did. They were up 10 late. McVay tried as hard as he could. Tried as hard as he could to lose that fucking game.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think it's like a minute into the third quarter. This guy's got no timeouts left. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
He cashed in all 6 timeouts so early.
Yeah. He took 4 timeouts in the third quarter.
My God.
Used 6 challenges that he lost.
Not one of them was a good idea.
I mean, in that spot, it's like, when you see shit like that, it's like, oh, man, it's over. Ram season's over.
Yeah.
Like, coach is trying to coach him out of this fucking
They were walking to the line with like 4 seconds on the clock. You know how many times that clock went to double zeros and they didn't get the call? It was, especially in the first half, it was crazy how the pace of that game.
But as bad as Sean McVay was, not to be outdone by the guy on the other side of the field who really, really, really fucking lost it for his team. It's hard because these guys are such bright minds, but it's just obvious when they get in these spots, they blow it.
Yeah.
And Shanahan blew it. He had 4th and 2. He had his fucking foot on their throats.
Yep.
Could have put him away. Doesn't trust his quarterback, so he doesn't go for it.
It was one of the longest. That was one of the longest at the line situations. I think there was 16 seconds left.
Yeah.
And they just let it run, and I'm like, took me a while too. I was like, they're gonna go for it. They got to go for it. They're gonna go for it. And then after a minute, you're like,
it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yep. That was it. That was the difference right there.
It was. I mean, you punt it, you trust your defense, blah, 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 all that stuff. I get it. But a 4th and 2, I mean, what did he do? He punted it to the 15?
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, if you're going to pin him on the 1, that's a different situation. And, you know what else?
I mean, you got a chance to not – they have no timeouts.
Right. And
you have a chance to put them away.
You're right.
Absolutely.
They
could never get the ball back.
You're right.
One more first down, it's over.
Yeah, yeah. They did. They had it there.
And then the other part was they get the ball back. Or no, the Rams had the ball. It's the 2-minute warning, and this fucking guy's got 3 timeouts and doesn't call one before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, there was
That's
another 34
seconds run off the clock. I'm like,
another
what
30
are you
seconds
doing?
off the clock.
What are you doing?
I'll tell you, when the Rams were on like the 50, I couldn't believe they were taking so much time. I understand that that's a game plan, try and make it you're the last play, whatever. At that point, when you're coming back from that deficit, kind of just like KC on their last drive, just go get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Don't take your sorry-ass time on that. I don't know. I thought that was weird that they took – I think they had the ball at 6:45, something like that.
Yep.
And they took it all the way down the field instead of just scoring. Just go and score.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And just the same thing with Pat Mahomes, running all around the place. Just score.
Yeah. Fucking blew up my rushing over for Pat Mahomes.
He didn't make it, right?
I got like 11 rushing yards or 15 rushing yards on the first drive. Never even ran again.
Didn't run again.
No.
Right. Yep.
They changed their whole game plan the second half. It was awful to watch.
Matthew Stafford made it over his 1 predicted yard.
1.5. And then for the Niners, you got Jaworski Tart.
Who?
You don't remember that play?
Which one was that?
What
Was
were
that
you?
44?
How many Voodoo Rangers did you have at that point?
I was drinking vodka.
The
that
safety
night,
and or he was the safety of the cornerback just dropped the ball.
Oh, the pass, the long pass.
Dude,
Yeah,
by himself.
I mean, that's why he's a defender.
Oh, stop saying that.
That's
No,
the
but
thing.
there was nobody around.
There wasn't. He did that weird one leg kick up too. He was like, his knee might have hit that ball.
My take at that point was like, I said to my wife, I was like, spell Jaworski for me. Can you spell that for me?
I'll tell you, my eyes were on 44. Was that that's Jawowski or something like that from San Francisco? He is running all over that line. The one that Smitty said lives around his house.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy is in motion every single down.
The fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in motion.
You
all
say he
the
lives
time.
in Smitty's house?
No, it was Smitty's town, I thought.
Oh.
I thought it was Smitty.
Yeah, it's Smitty's houseboy.
Tonight
he's fullback for the Niners.
Tonight he's living in Smitty's
He's oiling
house.
him up tonight.
Well, that asshole goes, oh, he lives in our neighborhood, so we all put first TD scorer. Stupid me. I'm like, I want to be a part of that, I guess. So I put him as anytime TD scorer for $10.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk. Yeah.
He says that every single 49ers
It's like
game.
throwing money in the pond.
I think Sean and I texted each other on the side. We're like,
Well, you didn't
no,
tell me.
he when I was at Island Cava, he brought him up a few times. I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. Tired of hearing that guy's
Yeah,
name.
his prop was fucking 9 yards, and I'm putting him as a touchdown scorer.
So the Niners are done.
Good
5 NFC title games in the past 11 years and no rings.
for the Niners.
Yeah.
5?
5.
Holy shit!
Yep. You know what that is? Get yourself a fucking quarterback. Seriously.
Damn, I don't think Trey Lance is the answer on that.
Nope.
Oof.
Aaron Rodgers?
5 in the last 11 years. Shit,
It's good.
that's amazing.
It's a fucking great front office, like we were saying last week. So the Rams moving on to the Super Bowl. They've got Joe Burrow. Battle of number one Burrows. Battle of number one quarterback picks. Second straight year in a row. The home team is hosting the Super Bowl. Interesting.
Yeah, that is really weird.
What do you think the scene was like at the Rec Room in San Francisco?
Well, I
A lot of blocaine happening?
I think the Niners got heavy duty fans. I think they're top 3 in fans.
Yeah.
And
Of course they are. They're one of the fucking big fan bases.
Yeah, them, Dallas, and Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. It must have been crazy, but I wonder if they have faith in Garoppolo, like when they're going into that game. Probably not, right?
No way. No way.
I wonder what crazy Cincinnati fans did after that fucking game. I mean, it's been 30 plus years. This is the kind of like party where shit burns and
Yeah.
signs get knocked down, which is ridiculous.
A lot of butt sex.
A lot of horse shit eating in the city. People are going to be dared to eat horse shit.
You ever go to
Philadelphia
Cincinnati?
Eagles. No, I never been to Cincinnati.
Nothing going on.
Nothing.
Been there multiple times. Not a damn thing to do.
That's not even the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? That's Cleveland.
That's Cleveland, yeah.
What happens in Cincinnati?
Cincinnati's like right on the Kentucky border, I believe.
Is WKRP a real radio station?
I've been there a few times. Dangerous town.
Cincinnati.
Couple good breweries.
The Reds are cool, though.
Yeah.
The Reds are cool.
Oh,
Bengals
right on the
are
river.
kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, it's
Whatever.
whatever. Good for them. It's been a long-ass time.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it.
Me too.
Kind of want the Rams to win, but
I don't even know. I don't even know where to start.
I know.
I mean, except for my future bet on the Rams.
Right.
So I'm not hedging. I gotta go.
It's got to feel good. I mean, I know it feels good inside that I picked these guys to go to the Super Bowl and win it. Yep. So it's kind of cool.
So some early Super Bowl stuff because we don't really have much going on, but next week we will. So you got the Rams and the Bengals. Obviously, the Rams are technically the away team in this game. Not that
Which
that
is
means
weird.
shit.
It's weird.
Although they might also as well be the away team because a lot of red last weekend.
That's true.
And that fucking
Nobody
place.
gives a shit, and we learned that from Takeout Takes. Nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit about the LA Rams.
So as of 10 minutes before this podcast started, they're 4.5-point favorites, but it's bouncing around between 3 and 4.5.
You saw 3?
I saw 3 once.
Ooh, I'd love 4.5. I would love 4.
It's 4.5 right now.
I know, but it's only 4.5 on Caesar.
No, it was 4.5 on FanDuel before we came in here.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, no.
Well, I got my fucking crazy parlay that I
gotta
want to
leave right now.
I got my crazy parlay that I want to make.
4.5 on FanDuel right before we came in.
This is what I got a problem with. FanDuel and Caesar, that's the only two I have right now. Caesars does not let you do a lot of combined parlays. Like you could select, most receptions for somebody and then rushing odds for somebody, and for some reason, they won't let that parlay go through.
Yeah.
They have a lot more restrictions than FanDuel.
You know why I like Caesars?
Why?
Because JB Smooth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because they gave you $300.
Larry David. No, that was the whole thing. I'm not going to get into that. We'll get into that in the March Madness episode because I'm only using Caesars to bet on college basketball at this point.
It's a good idea.
Between 3 and 4.5. Right now, it's 4.5 on FanDuel. Money line, you got Rams minus 200, and Bengals are plus 168. It's tempting. Tempting to take the Bengals.
It is tempting.
Over under set at 48.5.
High.
High, I think, for these two teams.
I think a little high, right? I think a little high for the Super Bowl in general.
Yeah. I looked at a bunch of props before we came in here, but I don't really want to talk about any of them yet.
No, we're gonna talk
them
about
a lot.
that next week.
And then, like I said, I hold a plus 1,200 future on the Rams.
I love that. I love
nervous, very nervous.
I wanted to do that big time, but I instead went with the Super Bowl matchup with L.A. KC, L.A. Buffalo Bills.
Everybody except the Bengals?
What?
All the teams except the Bengals?
No, just Bills and KC. So I felt great going in. That's why that KC and Bills game was super fun because it didn't matter who the hell won for me. But my whole plan this weekend was, do I cash out after the Chiefs beat the Bengals, right? Because the game I was most worried about was L.A. versus San Francisco. I didn't even get that goddamn chance. I didn't even get that chance.
Don't cash out ever, by the way.
Don't cash out ever.
I wouldn't.
I mean, unless you get like some ridiculous.
No, they're playing with you. You got to let it ride. That's what you're in it for.
I see. Oh, it is fucking 4.5.
You're in it.
I'm going to do my thing.
You're in it for the fucking fun of it, man. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it.
Although next week we'll talk about some bad Super Bowl beats, and I got the all-time one.
Well, I mean, everybody who loses hard guy. I mean, the one I know.
That's all you ever remember, though. I don't ever remember.
Well, I haven't been able to really bet on it. Usually the Super Bowl, I was able to call my brother and be like, listen, I like this team for $100.
Gentleman's bet?
No. He would have a guy.
Dress bet?
No dress bet, no pinky bet. No, but he would have a guy, and the once
official,
a year
make
I'd
it
be
official.
like, I like $100 on this team, and I'll tell you the story about the one that I got bad beat, and that was the last one I bet on. It's been a couple years.
Yeah, you're really fucking celebrating the ability to bet. This guy's
Listen, I'm
just
having
pumping in NBA bets, college basketball bets.
NHL. I think it stands for National Hockey League.
What's funny is you guys were texting, was it Sunday night or Monday or last night? I don't
Probably
know.
Sunday night.
Might have been last night. No, I think it was last night because you were talking about basketball, and I already went to sleep at like 7:15. And I was looking through the text back and forth, and you were saying shit about like basketball bets you would put in, and I was like, wow, this guy needs help.
Yo.
And then I scrolled down further, and Trip fucking puts the fucking 1-800 number in. I was like, yo, that's exactly what I was thinking of putting in there.
Listen, I was so excited. I killed the Rams. Oh my God. I killed the Rams at halftime. I killed them. They were underdogs at that point. I was so excited that I put my change money on the Phoenix Suns to win the National Basketball Championship.
I don't even think that's what it's called.
I have no idea.
National Basketball
Is it Michael
Championship?
Jordan's award? Listen,
What?
I don't know anything about the NBA, but go Phoenix Suns. That's Arizona.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet.
Listen, I looked at their record. They got the best record, and they were ranked third in the seedings. So
They're hot. They're
can't go with
that's
the
a hot
Nets.
team.
Can't go with the Warriors. I went with the
bet the
next
Knicks.
best team.
Just don't bet the Knicks. because
Don't bet the Knicks.
they've been killing me.
Well, yeah. They beat Sacramento, though.
All right, mini episode over.
Mini episode over.
Mini, it's a funny word. I don't know why it's an emasculating word to say. Next week, there'll be multiple people sitting over there. We'll have some fun.
I got the banger bet for next week that I'm putting in right now because it's 4.5. You don't think it'll go to 5, right?
I don't think so.
No, right? Not a chance?
I think it's going to come back the other way towards 3. I think it'll end at 4.5.
You think it'll end on 4.5?
Yeah.
The over's a definite no for you?
I don't think so. I can't see it.
I just like how quickly they could score touchdowns if they want to.
Oh, another bet that saved the weekend was the over. I love taking the overtime bet.
What's the overtime? Oh, to get into overtime.
Plus 1,500 in that first game.
You know what I bet on already?
What?
That there's going to be a safety in the Super Bowl. I'm not even kidding you. It's $5. All
right, that's it. We're done.
All right, first down.
Katie's bringing Alberts next weekend.
Oh, I want that.
Next week.
I want to eat it and then rank on it.
Hopefully Tripp makes it and he's fucking not in the mafia at this point. Take it deep.
First down, dog.